Didn't I see where there was gonna be a park board meeting?
For, oh, the luncheon,
Yeah, the luncheon.
the luncheon, yeah, that's the 23rd
So
also.
are we all invited to that or not?
Yeah, we're all invited to pay for it, and we're invited to
Yeah,
come
and
too,
then-
which reminds me, I'm gonna give you my money while I'm thinking about it.
Boy, Kelly Park looks nice out there.
It's looking real good.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't come,
yeah, big difference.
That's the 23rd?
Working
Yes.
on the mural.
the 23rd, I think 11.
Coming right along.
Is it
You're out there
11
tonight.
or
Really good
11:30?
is.
And it's at the
Trying to
park
get it done
office.
before it gets too.
It's $40. No,
Yeah.
park board members pay for the luncheon.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's fair.
we've been doing that for about 10 or 12 years.
I see, hopefully I have.
11:30 to 12:30, 11:30 to 12:30.
All I have is a
I'll be
50.
flying, but,
Anybody have a 10?
I live for,
I don't even have a voice, so there's that.
I didn't bring my kids, so.
All I
Do I
have.
give that to you? I'll give it to Susan. Okay,
Well,
yeah. She has my
pass-
money.
Pat that down, somebody owes me $10.
Yeah. Susie owes you 10, or whoever takes the 50 owes you 10.
Yeah.
We'll see who picks it up.
Passing that down.
That's at 11, isn't it?
11:30 at the park office.
You gotta change.
Yeah, I was looking forward to attending it there at the park office. Yeah.
If I don't get that on my back to shoulder, I won't be there.
There we go. All right, we're good. We're on.
Okay,
There you go.
call the meeting to order. First thing on the agenda is the approval of the September 24 minutes. Everybody's had a chance to go through them. If there are no changes, need a motion to accept.
I'll motion to accept, September's minutes.
Motion-
second.
Motion and a second, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, thank you. Unfinished business, don't see any. New business, facility rates review.
Yeah, next month, I'd like to set the rates for 2025. So I've included this facility rate review sheet there for you, kind of showing the 22, 23, and 24 rates. Couple things I want to point out are, in the year-round facility, we had first set up for the conference room to be a 4-hour rental or an all-day rental. Something we would like to entertain there is just to make that an all-day rental. We've only had one time that it's been a 4-hour rental, and they were in there a half hour before and an hour after. So I think it would just be easier if we made that an all-day rental from 6 to 10. So that's something I'd like for you to consider. Delivered tables, just so you know how that's affecting us, the revenue was up $259. We did $4,000 last year and $42.59 this year, so and about the same. And then if you go to the revenues less utilities, the next page of the blue header, I want to point out the revenues there in 2024 are through the first week of October. So that doesn't include the whole year. That's just through the first week of October. And then the other thing I want to point out in that category is the Central Park Plaza. As you can see, that's drastically lower. The reason for that being is last year they had the Bible reading down in the plaza, and that was 7-day rental straight. And that's the difference. If you take that Bible reading out, I think they did that, did they do that in Winona this year or somewhere? They did it in Winona. They didn't do it in Central Park this year. So that's the difference in that. But other than that, it's pretty much straightforward, and I'd just like for you guys to look over that. And if you've got any questions, please reach out to me or concerns, and then we'll try to set the rates. I'd like to set the rates at next meeting for 2025.
Has the cost of materials and all that stuff gone up quite a bit, or?
Well, it has, and I think it's kind of plateaued where we're at. I mean, last year it really went up, but I think it's kind of plateaued for supplies and things of that sort.
All right, next up, Maintenance report.
Yeah, so the maintenance staff have completed the bench replacement project at Bixler Park. Like I said, last meeting, we tore out all the old benches and concrete pads, took down all the lamp posts, and then poured new pads, put new benches down, cleaned up, repaired all the lamp posts, put new lenses on the lamps, and reinstalled them. Then we went through and we also put fill dirt and black dirt and grass seeded throughout the park, all the low spots. So it's all leveled out and looking pretty now. We just need some grass to grow. We've cleaned up all the flower beds and the downtown beds and in the parks for the winter, raked off the mulch and pulled the flowers. We've winterized the entire campgrounds. Part of that process is removing all the tables, all the fire rings, taking out the piers. Like I said, we shut down the water lines, have them all blown out, so that's all good to go. All the restrooms in the parks have been blown out. The drinking fountains have been blown out. We still have some irrigation systems to go through. We will be winterizing the Castaldi fountain tomorrow as well. Right now, we're still mowing parks. I believe after tonight, we're going to have a good freeze, so hopefully that slows down. And then we can get on the fall stuff. But it's still growing pretty quick. Also, maintenance staff picked up debris, blew, mowed, thoroughly cleaned Lucerne Park in preparation for the Fall Family Fun event. We also helped set up beforehand for that event and tear down afterwards. And lastly, we've begun checking Christmas lights. Yeah. I think we're in good shape to be ready to start hanging them next month and have them ready for December.
Questions? Okay. Next up, recreation report.
Okay, so on Saturday, September 21st, we had our Touch a Truck event. We had about 1,000 participants there. We had art in the park, the family pumpkin painting class for the first time this year. It was a huge success. We had 48 pumpkins that were purchased out of 50, and we purchased those from the Pumpkin Post, and they delivered them. I don't know if you saw the pictures, but we had some very creative pumpkins in that class. So I was really pleased with that, and I definitely want to bring that back next year. And then on Saturday, September 28th, we had a pumpkin cork class that was a huge success. That was one of the new things that Lene came up with. And then on Friday, October 4th, we had our Fall Family Fun event with a record number of people. On average, I would say that normal years we see about 1,500 to 1,800 people. After I talked to everyone, gave out everything we had, we came up with a number of about 2,500 people. The church, Warsaw Missionary Church, Mark Snyder is who I worked with. They served 950 corn dogs to the public. They had a few other ones that the staff, you know, the Parks Department staff and a few people got to sample. They were delicious. But they had several people that went through that didn't even get the corn dogs. So they said that 950 times 3 is the number that they saw through that cabin number 1. So we're working together as a team, Monday morning meetings. Larry, Sean, Suzanne, and Lene and I have been sitting down, you know, what can we add to give people more of a chance to do things because the lines were incredibly long. Today we had Imagination Station, and I had several people come up to me and tell me that they got to do most things, maybe 1 or 2 things. The line was too long and they didn't participate, but they said it was wonderful, which it was. We had added an additional clown, pony rides, an extra bounce house, and we still had a lot of people there. The parking became an issue, so I ran up to the road and kind of helped direct traffic. We did have shuttle buses running that the senior center had provided for us, and I heard today that those also were wonderful, that people only had to wait a couple minutes to get on a bus. We had Willie 103.5 there. He said it was great. Via Credit Union did our s'mores. Warsaw Community Public Library was there. And again, Warsaw Missionary Church was there. So huge numbers. We're going to look at how we can add to that. Like I said, today we had Imagination Station. We had 31 preschoolers with a total of 50 people there if you counted the adults. We had a family come for the first time from Columbia City. She had seen our event, Fall Family Fun, on Facebook, thought, nothing going on in Columbia City, I'm going to go check it out. And by word of mouth, just talking to people in line, they're like, you have to go check out Imagination Station. She came today. She thanked us for what we do. She said we have a great park system. So, and again, Sean's guys did a great job. I gave them a supply list of what I needed. It was delivered. It was just a great night. So, and Larry got special parking that night too. So, yeah.
Mayor Gross asked me what was going on at the bike track. That's how many people we had. There were so many people at the bike track being
Yeah.
bused over to the park that he thought there was an event at the bike track, so.
Higher
it was
Park
big.
was full, Buyer Park
Yeah.
parking lot, people walked from downtown to get to us. They just kept coming.
Yeah.
And I put
It was
in
really
20.
nice weather too.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yes.
weather.
Yes,
I went home and looked at my Apple Watch and I had 27,000 steps. So I stayed pretty busy. So I want to add maybe an additional bus next year. We talked about maybe having some parking over at the beach at Pike Lake. Chris Holzclaw is looking at helping me get an additional tractor, maybe a couple more wagons to move people. We're going to reach out to, is it Greg Schaefer, Larry?
Yes.
About helping us with the parking and using their radios.
That's the radio club that asked to use our pavilion, so.
Yeah.
Thought it might be a win-win situation
Yeah.
for us. Yeah.
Yeah, because the more traffic that kept trying to come in slowed even the hay wagon, that ride down. So we're gonna look at improving that and looking forward to about 2,500 people next year. So yet this week, we have our senior paint class tomorrow. It is completely full. Thursday, we have our ceramics and cookies class. We have 28 participants coming to that. Friday night, we have Bob Ross painting. Saturday, we have a sunflower string art class, which is completely full. Lene and I will be at Spooktacular next Friday night, handing out flyers, letting everyone know of what's happening, during our holiday season coming up. And we have an art class coming up in November that completely sold out. It's our Grinch painting. It completely sold out in 2.5 hours.
Wow.
So that one's full. So lots of good things happening in the recreation department.
I would say, can I ask you what you do in your spare time?
I travel.
She gets away from us.
Any questions, comments? Other than great job,
I
both
just
of
think,
you.
yeah, you're obviously doing things that people want, that they like.
Yeah, and like I said, we're adding some additional things on Friday, Saturday night, even through the weeknights, we're going to start adding some things. The summers are so busy and I feel like our classes weren't filling up just because I think families have sports and, they go to the library, they do a lot of different things. And we have found by moving things throughout the season now that everything's filling up. So I think that's a good move for us, so.
Jurgen, we need to legalize golf carts in Warsaw, then a bunch of us can go help haul people around.
Come to a city council meeting, bring it up.
I would love that.
I'm half afraid to. See a few of them around though.
I think a lot of people use them, but it's not tightly enforced. I mean, you go down
Yeah.
Country Club and there's probably 50 of them
Yeah.
and they drive all over, so it's
Yeah.
not a big issue. Unless you're behind one.
Yeah. Okay, other matters.
Something else, we're having the floors at the campgrounds, the restroom floors done with the epoxy coat like we did at a couple of the other restrooms. So we'll have nice new epoxy floors in the showers and in the restroom facilities there. So that's an upgrade that we're doing. The other thing is September was a Distributor of Smiles Award. and voted by the peers. Parker Shoemaker was the award winner for September. Parker is always in good spirits and always has a smile on his face, and it never fades. His cheerful demeanor, I mean, just makes him a valuable employee, and we're fortunate to have him because it doesn't matter if Parker will smile. He brings that smile to us every day. So congratulations to Parker for that. And I mean, he looks happy in the picture. I mean, that's the way he is all the time. So congratulations to Parker.
Looks young.
He is young.
is.
He is very young. We got him when I believe he was 18.
Yeah, he's right out.
18, right out of high school. So
Yeah, he's still under 21.
he was actually working at a farm fleet store, and he really didn't like it. He was going to go to South Carolina, and he applied at our shop. And the other day I asked him, and he said he wants to make a career out of it.
Good.
So,
Cool, great.
Good deal.
we're getting him going in the right direction. So
Following your steps.
that's right.
Okay, meeting review. I guess the big thing is to go over these rental prices and stuff.
Like I said, if you got any questions or need anything answered, just email or call me. I'll gladly let you know if you've got any questions on that.
Before we move on, though, can I ask, is there any sort of update about the vandalism that occurred that you can tell us about that?
There's just no update. I mean, we had vandalism. We found it this morning. Both outside and exterior restrooms were vandalized at the pavilion. They tore the toilet paper machines off the wall, the soap dispensers off the wall, the baby changing stations. They ruined those. They emptied all the toilet paper and put it all over the stalls, and tried to stuff all the toilets and the sinks, turned the water on, trying to flood the place. Just disgusting. I mean, when you walked in there, it was disgusting to see that. I mean, we did so much to improve that facility, and then you go and find something like that. I will say that we have surveillance cameras around the pavilion exterior. We have taken some of that footage and forwarded to the police department for them to investigate into, but it appears to be some youth, and we're hoping that the school resource officers can help us identify.
You found that building
There.
today?
Pardon me?
You found the restroom
Yes,
today?
this morning.
Oh,
Yeah.
outbreak.
I think it'd be nice if they catch them, they could maybe come to next month's meeting and explain what they were thinking of that.
Yeah, I just,
Be
I
pretty
don't
good.
understand it, Steve. I
Yeah.
mean, you give them facilities and, we were trying to keep those facilities open a little longer because they're heated. And we said we will until we had vandalism, and sure enough, we found it this morning, and, what
So
do
they'll
you
be
do?
locked up now?
We're actually gonna have them open from 8 AM to noon, just to accommodate some of the people that walk down through that area, but after that, they'll be locked up. Yeah.
Anything else? If not, need a motion to adjourn.
I'll move that we adjourn.
Have a second?
I'll second.
Motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thanks, gang.
Then we have lunch Wednesday, correct?
Yeah, don't forget the lunch.
I
Whoop, beating on you.
Wednesday, I better write that down here.
Next, Wednesday.
I'm going